What's up, cool kids? FD White. So you see the color. We're red today. So we talked about this over in the Telegram. Make sure you guys come to the Telegram Cool Kids Alpha Club. Link will be in the pinned comment. We talked about being very cautious at some of these areas. We had an area coming in at about 107,400, 500, give or take, and we hit that area, that golden zone. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about a range that we just got accepted back into. And it looks like we may go back to the bottom of our range, and we'll also talk about our monthly low so far that we do not want to take out. So without further ado, make sure you like, subscribe if you find some value, and let's jump right into it. So right now, Bitcoin is sitting at 103,605. We talked about coming back to that CME gap that was coming in at about 103.8K. So we took that back out. Even as everybody was getting mega bullish, we talked about liquidity below us. We talked about a CME gap, and now we have come down to fill it. So what I'm looking at right now in the short term is for us to potentially come back to this midpoint. So we did get accepted. We have our range high here coming in at about 104.5K, and we have our range low coming in at about 100,000, give or take. So what I'm looking at is we have our midpoint right here. So it looks like we are trying to come back down to our midpoint. We did get accepted back into the range. So usually if you break out of a range, which we broke out here yet on Sunday, and you get accepted back into a range, usually start to go back to that midpoint, and then if you drop below that midpoint, back to range low. So we want to hold this 102.4 to 102.5 thousand dollar area, possibly get a bounce from there and get back above our red zone, which is acted as support and resistance right now, acting as resistance, like I said, coming in at about 104.5 thousand for Bitcoin. We don't get overly bullish. We don't get overly bearish. We just look at the charts. We look at the technicals, and we take in all the information that is given to us, and then we we formulate our thesis and ideas from there. So like I said yesterday, we were giving calls. We were giving great calls. Right here, I said right now we wait. We were gonna break out of this ascending triangle. Looks like we broke down here. Where was it at? We actually broke down, and then we came down to our red zone, but then we broke back into this pattern. And usually once you break back into that pattern, you go to our to your next target, or to your target that was above you. And our target that was above us, like I said, was our golden zone at 107.5K. So getting rejected here, getting this harsh rejection here is not good in my opinion. But I don't think all is lost. Like I said, as long as we keep this monthly low, we stay above this monthly low. If we go to a higher time frame, let's actually go to the daily, possibly we can just be creating some sort of a higher low. So let's actually kind of draw this out so you guys can see what I would be looking at. This was a great bottom forming on the day. We just kept hit it 1 2 3 4, and then we started our way up after we came down to this 98 to 99K level, a little bit around 100,000, which we talked about breaching it. We called the $98,000 level. We came down there, breached it, got back above 100,000, which was good psychologically and for sentiment. And then we got that nice bounce. So looks like we did come down here. So possibly we'll come down to the midpoint to create a higher low, like I said. So that's what I'll be looking at for Bitcoin, just to create some sort of structure, just to create some sort of a bullish structure that we can look forward to going into the tail end of the week. So it is Veterans Day, so I'm not sure if a lot of people are trading. The liquidity, let's actually look at the volume. Where's my volume? Let's go to see how much volume we have coming in. So volume is looking a little bit low. We're not getting too much volume coming in. It's not too low. So people are, actively in the market. So we'll continue to watch that. But, like I said, just be cognitive of what's going on for Bitcoin until we breach this golden zone coming in at 110.3K to 110.5K. I'll be a little bit less optimistic when it comes to holding longs. We've been preaching taking profits. We've been preaching taking our money and running with it, because this market has shown that it gets bullish and then they'll take it right back from you. So make sure you guys are taking your money, paying yourself, and continuing to stay active in the markets. We're not leaving, no matter if we're in a bull market, bear market, we'll be here. The Cool Kids Alpha Club will be here. Like I said, come over to the free Telegram. I feel like, let's go back. I feel like we are one of the most underrated. I was talking about this a little bit earlier. We are the most underrated community in crypto. I feel like we're the most underrated. Someone told me, this is another thing, and we'll get out of here. Someone told me if I was shilling alts all the time and being a perma bull, I would have, let's see, I know I had said more than that. I would have tens of thousands of followers. I said, nah, I'm straight. I'm going to give my people the real, cool kids. So this is what we do. I don't really I would love to have tens of thousands of subscribers, tens of thousands of followers. I would make a lot of money too. But we make it out the market. Most of these dudes, we also said most of these dudes don't really get it out the market. So we get it out the market and we try to just give the community the real what I'm thinking. I'm not right all the time. I'm right a lot. I will say that, but I'm not right all the time. But I do preach doing your own due diligence, doing your own research, learning how to read, the charts a little bit. Don't have to be a trader, day trader, or anything like that, but just learning the basics. It does help even when you're DCAing, even when you're investing. So we're just preaching, um, taking our money right now, and as the market conditions change, we'll change with it. And like I said, we'll be here every step of the way, no matter if the market is bullish, bearish, until crypto goes to zero. We'll be here, and that probably won't happen. So we'll be here. So this is FD White. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. I appreciate it. Let's get to 3K subs. That's my goal before the end of 2025. Getting to 3K subs. Right now we're at about 2,500. So make sure you like and subscribe if you have found any value in this video, and I'll talk to you in a minute. Peace.